everyone, it's Michelle Leith with UnlockYourPossibility.com, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Freedom Friday, my little video series designed to help you create more freedom around food in your body, and even more importantly, more possibility and pleasure and purpose in your life. I'm going to be answering one of my newsletter readers' questions today, which is a burning question for so many women that I talk to, and that is, how can I get rid of this muffin top? Right? In other words, how can I get rid of this stubborn belly fat that seems to be creeping on, and no matter what I do, I'm doing everything right, it just won't go away. Very common problem for so many women. Now, if you're having a problem with this stubborn belly fat, it's most likely an issue with cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone that all of us have in our bodies. It's known as the stress hormone, and it's the hormone that is most responsible for having your body store weight, especially around your midsection. Now, a lot of us have high cortisol and we're not even aware of it. Some of the telltale signs that your cortisol may be elevated are feeling like tired but wired, like all the time. So it's like you're exhausted physically, but your mind is going 1,000 miles a minute. Perhaps you have this feeling of like being rushed all the time. Like there's just not enough time in the day. You're constantly rushing around and you can't seem to turn off that anxiety. Also, I can totally relate to that. Another sign of high cortisol is that you may be waking up in the middle of the night, maybe between like 1 and 3 in the morning, having a hard time getting back to sleep. So these are some indications that your cortisol may be high. One of the things also that happens when cortisol is high is it actually starts to tell our thyroid to go down. So kind of a metabolic nightmare if you're really trying to lose weight. So the next question is, well, what can you do about it? Now, the thing about cortisol is that it's kind of a two-way street. So the more you are engaged in thoughts and feelings and situations in your life, things that cause you stress, even just stuff you're telling yourself, I'm not good enough, or I didn't do a good enough job, or I need to do, more for other people. Those kinds of thoughts, stressful thoughts, can actually drive your cortisol up. And at the same time, your cortisol levels being elevated for other reasons, maybe physical or genetic, can actually make you feel that way, make you feel more stressed. So you've really got to tackle it from two different angles. Let's talk about the mental emotional piece first. One of the most important things that you can do to lower your cortisol, and it's something that I have a really hard time doing in my life, is slow down. It's just slow down and breathe. The more you can start to calm yourself down, whether that's through meditation, yoga, taking a warm bath, anything you can do to create more relaxation in your life is going to help bring your cortisol levels down. Now, a big piece of this has to do with the way that you talk to yourself. So how are you talking to yourself? Are you thinking supportive thoughts, helpful thoughts, comforting thoughts? Or are you feeding yourself a lot of anxiety-producing negative inner dialogue? Yeah? I'm guilty of that sometimes too. So anything that you can do, whether it's, de-stressing your lifestyle or even asking for help. It can be as easy as asking someone to help you out with a chore, with a task, with a responsibility, or maybe it's asking for more support in your life, maybe someone to help you navigate some new ways of talking to yourself, right? So anything that you can do there is going to help bring your cortisol down, going to start to melt away that muffin top. Now, on the physical side, there are some dietary changes you can make, really simple. Things like cutting back on refined grains, refined starches, white flour, things like that. Cutting back on diet sodas. Those can really help out. Dairy products too, I want to mention, can really help reduce the likelihood of putting on belly fat. And adding things like avocados and nuts and olive oil and things like that into your diet. Some of these healthy fats have been shown to actually really help our bodies break down body fat. So simple changes there. Now I want to offer you one more resource before I go, and this is something that was recommended to me by a physician colleague of mine. Her name is Dr. Sarah Gottfried, and this is called Cortisol Manager. There you go. This is a product that you can buy on Amazon.com. It's a natural product. It's actually, the main ingredient is an Ayurvedic herb called ashwagandha that has actually been shown to help your body regulate cortisol and help your body adapt better to stress. Again, all natural. All you need to do is grab some on Amazon.com and run it by your pharmacist and just make sure that it doesn't interact with any other medications that you may be taking. And again, this was recommended to me by a medical doctor. And this same doctor actually has a brand new book out that I just want to let you know about. I'm not getting anything to promote this book, but I think it might be a really valuable resource, especially if you are struggling with that stubborn belly fat, because it really doesn't have to be that way. So while you're on Amazon.com, check out The Hormone Cure by Dr. Sarah Gottfried, and you might find some really great information there as well. So that's my tip for today. I can't wait to share some more freedom-enhancing, possibility-unlocking tips with you next week on Freedom Friday. And until then, have a great weekend and enjoy the springtime. Take care. Bye.